All right, welcome to the Honey Optics Test Bench. Today we're going to talk not about cameras and videos, we're actually going to talk about the other side of the equation, which is audio. It's important that people can, of course, see what's going on, and people do want to see what's going on, but it's as important, or honestly, maybe even a little more important, that they can hear what's going on, especially when you're live streaming, recording, video conferencing, whatever you're using your cameras to do. So today we're going to talk about specifically live sound for, say, live streamed events and the different options you have to get some quality audio into your streams. We're going to look at a pretty simple soundboard setup. Now, this assumes you're using some sort of soundboard, but what I'm going to show you today, whether you have a big, giant 32-channel, a little simple, 8-channel like this one, or whatever, you should be able to use these two different techniques I'm going to show you, no matter what size or sophistication your soundboard is. We're just going to use this one because it's simple and it makes a good example. So let's dive in. All right, so we have our soundboard set up here. This is actually one that we use on a regular basis when we're doing, this is part of our portable system. But again, everything I'm going to show you today is applicable whether you're using a small little guy like this or a big one. Now, the most important decision you have to make, that you're going to have to make right away when you want to get audio out of your mixer into your live streaming equipment, like the ATM Mini that we have back here, is what source are you going to take? You may want to take just the main mix. That means the mix that is going out to the speakers, and it's the mix that people in your room are listening to. If you've got a simple setup and everything you have is mic'd, that is a great way to do it. Now, the simplest way to get that done is actually to get a line level output from your mixing board, because most live streaming equipment, again like ATM Mini or things like that, will accept a line level in. It's nice, it's clean, it's a good way to do it. And the simplest way to do that on this board is actually going to come around the back. And we're going to take a look quickly for these two things right here. So these are RCA outs, actually in and out. But what we're interested in is the output side. So these are a line level RCA out. This is a very standard feature that you will find on almost any soundboard. You can see it says 2-track, and that's because originally these were used to output audio to like a cassette recorder or something to record the live performance. So what you're going to get out of this RCA out is a line level feed of your main mix, the exact same thing that's going out of your main outs that are heading to your speakers. So a simple from here to whatever your input size is. You will probably need a RCA to 8 to 3.5 millimeter converter because that's usually the input side on most live stream equipments, is that 1/8 inch kind of small headphone size. Thankfully the signal is the same, it's just a matter of converting the connector. So buy yourself an RCA to 3.5 or millimeter or 1/8 inch, and that will take that signal for you, and away you will go. It is literally that simple. Now, the problem and the limitation of doing things that way is what happens if you have things that you don't have mic'd, right? Or if you want a different level on your live stream for something that is then what you're hearing in the room, right? For more sophisticated setups, it might be a problem. If you've got like an organ in your church that is like a pipe organ or has its own sound system and it's not running through the sound system. If you have a piano that's not running through the sound system. If you have like, bells that play or whatever, you're going to want to mic those and you're going to want to get that audio into your live stream. But how do you do that if you don't want to necessarily amplified in the room? And that's where you will turn to an auxiliary send. So what you're going to want to do is set up probably an additional mic that will capture all of those audio that is not being captured normally through your soundboard. You're going to want to put that mic through your soundboard, so you will have to give it a channel. So, you know, say my channel up here may become that kind of catch-all sound. But the slider is always going to be all the way down because I don't want it going through the house. But what I do want to do instead is send it out through an auxiliary send. Let me just break in here to show you what we've done. This is our dedicated live streaming mic. You can see it's a directional shotgun style mic that points straight to the stage area. So if the choir is performing, they sit in that area or stand. If the bells are performing there in that area, or anything else that's not otherwise mic, will get picked up by that. And because it is a shotgun style directional mic, it's not going to pick up nearly as much from the crowd behind it. So that is a great solution to the unmiked instrument or vocalist problem. So in this case, we've got auxiliary send 1, which we use for our monitors, and that leaves us auxiliary 2 open for live streaming and or some kind of alternative source. Now, the nice thing about doing it that way is instead of adjusting the volume with the sliders on that auxiliary send, you can actually use, in this case, it's this green row right here. You can actually use this row to independently control the volume. So you will actually get a dedicated audio send using the auxiliary send instead of just a copy of what's in the house. So you may take this extra microphone that you've put up to capture, say, crowd noise or, again, things that aren't otherwise mic'd, have it all the way down in your mix, still unmuted, so you can use it, but all the way down your mix, and then you can use this knob to turn it up. It also lets you, but now the important thing to remember here is this is going to have independent control for your live stream. So you will probably want to be monitoring your live stream audio through a pair of headphones or something like that, so that you can make any adjustments on the fly that you need to make, because adjustments here for house sound aren't going to affect the levels on your auxiliary send. So if you want simple and easy, got the RCAs in the back. If you want something a little bit more complicated and robust that you have some more control over, think about using an auxiliary send, and that will take care of it as well. Again, most of the time, auxiliary sends are going to be 1/4 inch outs. Same thing as with the RCAs, that the signal will be fine. You just need to get a converter to convert that to the size input that your video live streaming hardware needs. All right, well, that was just a quick little overview of how you can have high quality audio to go along with the, of course, high quality video that you're getting from your cameras. All right, hope you found that simple and easy. Lots of videos out there that get into the weeds of your particular soundboard. So if you want to get more, and especially auxiliary sends, best thing to do is actually Google the model of your soundboard and then add AUX send or auxiliary send. And you will no doubt find many tutorials to show you how to do it. Okay, hope you found that useful. Thanks for joining us here on the test bench. And until we see you again, have a great day.